time now. So hello, everyone. Nice to see you guys again. And we start another sessions. Now, this topic tonight is very, and again, big topic. And it's been the argument for thousands of years, even in China today, right? Because at the end of the day, it's microcosmic power we're talking about, JingQiShen. But what are they? So, because there's a lot of misinterpretation even in China today, right? So we become more spirituals in all kind of Harry Potter stuff. So fair enough, like I said, I'm not going to go into that. People can look at this JingQiShen, right? The three treasures of the human body, human mind and body, if you want to use the English word for it, yeah. And they look at it at different angle. Everybody is right, everybody's correct, and you know, I'm not going to cross line, but like I said, I just look at it from using modern medical science, right? Yeah, to try to interpret these very ancient terms, and this ancient term, according to all the records, you're looking at 5,000 years ago. So 5,000 years ago, the ancient Chinese, a lot of the time that the language is even modern Chinese like myself, we can easily misspell it and misread it. Okay, so that's why tonight, you know, we look into it because it's very important. Okay, yep. Good. Now, this is this is one of the topic, JingQiShen, the energy work, you know, the ancient Taoist energy work, and I was invited, right, when I was working in the Guangxi University, okay, and the rest, the people who sit next to me, they're all from Guangxi University or other professors, okay. We were invited to this province. Now, this province, the provincial government was planning to open up health healing, self-healing, or health village as such. So we were invited, you know, to try to locate the location for them. Okay, now, yeah. So today's term, people will use the word feng shui. Okay, there's only today's word. It's been around for thousands of years, just different term at all. But when there's a Taoist, right, and as a Taoist research fellows, we're not looking at like today's feng shui, and you have to put a triangular here, and then you have to put a mirror there, and you know, this kind of. We're looking at through 5 elements, because the 5 elements are the energy, the natural, you know, an energy of Mother Nature, how they affecting us. So the locations of these, you know, places are very important. And since I'm the only one actually in the Naidan, because the other professor is in different topics in what's the name, in the Taoism. Taoism cover a lot of big topic. So here you go. So one of the topics, so I'm just using this, you know, telling you that how I'm relating it, right, as this energy work, okay? It's a very big festival, as you can see, that Guangxi province, the double, yeah, the province, the county, actually, the county to double. And you can see all the needles. We call it the Needle Hills. Beautiful province, I'm telling you. Yeah. If 8 Research is going to have our own shall we say, research and health cleaning, shall we say, villages, that would be the province I'll go to. Right? The mountain, the water, wow, really out of this world. So these are the rest of the professor. Remember in the center, the last week was Professor Huang Shu, yeah, and he was one of my, so we say, supervisors, and he won the medical prize from United Nations because he's using 1 needles to help a taxi driver who crashed in a car crash and confined in a wheelchair, and then he used 1 needle, just 1 needle, and the guy walked. And it was featured, and the Hong Kong television TVB broadcast made a documentary on him. Yeah, and then he gave me a lot of patients as a test, and he appointed me as a consultant in his Beijing University. Next picture, please. Beijing the hospital. Now, this is how another professor is talking about how we're going to locate this kind of energy field and things, right? Now, this is one of the plots, which is really, really powerful. Okay, we went to a few locations, but I'm not going to talk about how we found these things now, maybe some other topic, right? That's myself on the left-hand corner. Okay, yeah. So we're really looking at the 5 elements because we're quite sensitive. We can actually, sensitize a place. I mean, if an environment is full of energy, when we walk in there, our body is, because we training Qigong is to training to receptibility, right? Receptive for the external environment. We can actually sense things, which I'll explain it a little bit later. That's the whole topic about, right? JingQiShen. Okay, now this is just, today I was doing the Hong Kong to China sign. So we are talking about the Lao Tzu, Tao Te Ching was talking about it roughly 2,700 years ago, talking about the macrocosmic path. So I just go through macrocosmic path and then we go into microcosmic path very quickly, yeah? Okay, just go through these Chinese texts, right, yeah? So I can translate it later, but, next picture. Okay, just go through it now. Okay, now what happened was the Lao Tzu were talking in Tao Te Ching. We actually spelled out 2,700 years ago about these black hole things, from nothing to something in detail. Those are the Chinese script, I quoted from Tao Te Ching. That's from my dissertation 17 years ago, okay? And it was even quoted in details, but don't tell me who he was and how did he know it, because at the moment, there's a lot of research work about how he can, because he did not really just him talking about the black hole. It was prior to him, 5,000 years ago, in the study of changes, 3 books or three scrolls of study of changes, I Ching, right? Already spelled out something like nothing's there, but there's something, and all kind of, the very abstract description. But today we can interpret it in modern science. So I'm using the English version, the cosmologists of today's, the great work they've done. So prior to just a few pages before, just now you saw, I'm using the English term, the today's modern term, to try to decode those ancient Chinese texts. So that's what the Chinese texts are about, okay, yeah. And then obviously from nothing, there was bang, and there was this one line coming out as the Big Bang Theory, and Tao Te Ching talking about it as well. So this is how we're looking at the energy work. So you have to know energy work outside your body, macrocosmic or cosmic, and then you can look into our own, right, the microcosmic inside the body. So the Big Bang happened. Next picture, please. Very quickly, we go through. So now we all know that it all dust after the Big Bangs. It's just dust. Nothing was formed. Dust and gases, yeah, and particles and things. Okay, yeah, yeah. And after 300,000 years after the Big Bang, the cosmologists they calculated light spectrums, and they found that there was a big freeze after the big fireball. And then that's the time the matter and antimatter today, what they call, the Chinese call it the yin and the yang, was formed. So it becomes solid form and become planets and stars and everything else. Okay, so we can use today's modern science to testify, to verify, these ancient Chinese teaching. Okay, now this is one of the picture, right, drawn by Henry, one of my students. He's done a very good job. So try to illustrate. I use this in my English book, which is supposed to be published 2 years ago, but like I said, the pandemic has stopped it for a while, so I publish it later. So we got the heaven and earth and human energy. So we are talking about energy work, are we not? So these are what they call, right, 3 treasures of, right, the universe: heaven, earth, and human energy. Okay. And then now from my book, there's also mentioned that the Tao, which you can interpret it as, obviously it's a black hole, and in the particular way, you cannot see it, you cannot touch it. Tao Te Ching was, describing it in details and things. And then the cosmic energy, we have loads of cosmic energy, right? gamma rays, X-ray, radioactive wave, microwave, and ultraviolet lights, and the infrared. So loads of energy out there. So much we don't even know. So you cannot just tell people, oh, there's cosmic energy. Yeah, but what type of cosmic energy are you talking about? Okay, yeah. Only then we come down to heaven now. The heaven energy, Tin, right? Tin Di Dao. So heaven. So obviously, mainly the ancient Chinese were looking at the climatic energy, the 24 seasonal changes of climatic energy. Okay, that directly influencing us in our life force. Okay, yeah. And then if we look at the bottom first, that's where the earth energy comes in. The earth energy comes in. And mostly that the earth energy affecting us, not only just ground heat, but also the gravity. The gravity gave us a lot of health issues. Okay, so we talk about it in another session. So earth energy and then human energy. So when you talk about human energy work now today, you can't just say, oh, Nai Qi internal energy. Yes, it's Nai Qi internal energy, but can you be a bit more specific? What type of human energy you're talking about? Huh? Now, so you got congenital energy, and then you have sexual energy, you have vitality energy, and then obviously other many energy like organ chi, and then the blood energy, the biochemical energy, electrical. So all these are inside our cell. You cannot just say, oh, internal energy, Nai Qi, and then you just close the chapter. Yes, we're training Nai Qi. Okay, but which type? So if the person in front of you cannot answer it, I think you better have a second thought about it. Yeah, okay. I mean, if he doesn't even know, how are you going to train? If you don't understand, how are you going to train? We're talking about methodology now, are we? Thank you. Now, so I'd rather use it like Yunjing, because obviously everything is particle, like in my hair, right? My skin, my cells, my everything, they are particle. We all know now. So that's why we call Yunjing. And this is where in section 2, JingQiShen comes in, and the Jing has been misinterpreted for thousands and thousands of years. Okay, next picture.